top as we sit down on your heels in this nice kneeling position. And just take a second, kind of let your body be heavy on your mat. Check in with your spine, make sure you're not sticking your butt out. You want to find that support through the abdominals. Think about lengthening your tailbone towards your feet. And then just take a nice breath in for a second. Feel your ribcage expand wide out to the side. And then exhale. Let yourself relax. Take another inhale here. As you do, feel your pelvic floor lengthen down towards the floor. And as your exhale, feel your lift and pull away, almost like a little jellyfish. Bones draw a little closer towards one another. Center of your abdominals and your ribcage close. Then one more breath in. Release all the way. And then exhale, find that connection. Zips up. And then from here, come to a nice tall kneeling position. Your toes can be tucked under or just flat on the mat, whatever feels more comfortable. And just bring your arms out to the side here. And think about reaching through the fingertips on your right hand and keep your hips square, but slide your rib cage over to the right. You may feel a little stretch here in the front or side of your left abdomen. And then again, reach over to the left. See if you can go a little farther. And then square yourself off. And then reach out over to the right again. And back, keeping that weight in both knees nice and even. Maybe a little bit more on that outside leg so you don't start to shift and tip over. And then pause here. You're going to rotate to the right, to the left. One side or the other, doesn't matter. And then you're going to reach forward. And then square yourself off. And then rotate back to the center. And then rotate to the other side. Ribs are going with your arms. And then reach out to the side again, rooting down. Hips stay in the same space. And then come back. And rotate one more time to that opposite side. Reach forward. And then this time you're going to reach back. And then come to the center and twist to the opposite side. Reach forward. And then reach back. And then come to the center, square yourself all the way off, bring your arms by your side, give yourself a little shake, take a nice big inhale. And on your exhale, start to nod your chin round down towards the floor. Keeping your hips where they are, staying open to the front of your hips, and then stack your spine and round yourself all the way back up. Good. Grab your weights if you want them, and if you don't want them, leave them on the floor. You're gonna bring your arms by your side, same thing. You're gonna round down. This is gonna give you a little extra challenge here, making your torso heavier, pressing down to the shins of the feet, and then stack your spine all the way back up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that pelvic floor lift. Round down to the top of your spine. Keep those hips open. Feel your glutes engaged, and then feel yourself all the way back up. Let your arms come down by your side. One more time. Inhale here and exhale, round down. Come all the way back up. And then reach your arms back out to the side. Have a soft bend. And you're going to twist and rotate over towards the right. And then back and twist to the left. And again, if this is too much, just put your weights down. Elbows with that slight bend, hands are below your shoulders. And over to the left. Hips stay pointing forward, one more time to each side. And then twist over to the left. And back to the center and lower your arms all the way down by your side. Here you can bring your right leg forward. And you're just going to lift your arms out to the side and then resist down. Tucking that tailbone under, staying lifted through the spine. And back down. And up. And down. 3 more. Really think about finding that length through the left hip flexor. Getting a nice stretch here. And then pulling the heel of your right foot back towards your left knee. Last one. Pause here, bring the arms in, and then you're gonna, left hand, you're gonna twist and rotate, punching towards the right side, and then pull back. And instead of like a quick, fast punch, you're pulling that right elbow back as you rotate, and then resist to bring it back. So even though you only have no weight or tiny weight in your hand, trying to find that resistance as though you're thrusting something away, pulling back with that right hand, and then resisting that with that left. 2 more. One more time. And come back in. And lower your arms by your side. Bring that right leg down and bring both weights into your left hand. Hand can come behind your head. Tuck the tailbone under field with your head, kind of lift your skull up. And then you're going to slide your left rib towards your right hip. No, left rib towards your left hip. And then come back up, squaring yourself off rather than side bending to the right. So shorten that distance between your rib and hip on the left. And then pull your right rib down to square you off. And back over. And up. 3. That lift through the abdominals, the jaw in with the hip bones towards one another. 2. And last one. And then bring your right hand down. And then your left leg out to the side. Tuck the tailbone under, press the hips forward. And then you're just going to lift that left leg up and down. You can drop the weights here if you'd like. If not, you're going to keep them, giving yourself a little extra weight to lift on that left leg. 3 more. 2. Last one. And then bring that leg all the way in and all the way up. You can put your weights down for a second. Shake yourself out. And then from here, you're going to bring your weights back in one into each hand. And you're going to plant your left foot. Tuck the tailbone under, feel that stretch through the right side. Bring your arms down by your side. Then you're just going to lift them out to the side with a soft bend, and then resist back down. And lift them out to the side, and back down. 4 more. Not 4 more, 6 more. And lift. And lift. Good. Feel your shoulder blades gently glide in toward your spine as you lift up. That left heel is pulling back towards your right leg. Keeping those hips nice and square and the hamstring activated. 2 more. Last one. And then bring your arms up by your side. You're going to pull back with that left hand as you twist and rotate over the right leg, and then resist to pull it back. And then again, press. And resist to pull it back. Something I did not say on the other side is keep your wrists nice and strong. Throughout all of this, you don't want bent wrists up or down. 4 more. And twist. And back. 3. 2. And last one. Come all the way in, and then lower those legs down. Bringing both weights down into your right hand. Left hand behind your head. You're going to bring your right ribs over towards your right hip. And then square yourself off by drawing that left hip down. So think about this left side opening and then drawing back towards one another until it's square. And over. And up. 4 more. 3. 2. And last one. And come all the way up. Bring your left hand down onto the mat. Right leg comes out to the side. Square your hips forward. Press out of the floor with that left hand and start to lift it lower with this right leg. And lower. For 6. 5. 4. 3. That left elbow is gently bent. it's not hyperextended. 2. Last one, bring that leg in and come all the way up. Bring your weights down, and then you're just going to find yourself in a nice child's pose here. Pressing your hips back by your side. And then bring your elbows to the floor. And bring your hands back to where your spine meets where your shoulder blades meet your neck more or less. And just take a few seconds to inhale here, getting a stretch to triceps. And then when you're ready, you're going to come up onto all fours. Keep your weights nearby. You're going to start with your self-fitted cat-cow. So knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck the tailbone under. Feel that pelvic floor lift. Those hip bones draw towards one another. Round all the way up. Feel yourself hollow out here. And then think about widening through the hip bones. Finding length through your abdominals. But still supported. They're not drooping towards the floor. And then lengthen through your shoulders and collarbone. And then tuck your tailbone under one more time. Follow yourself out. Just round up towards the ceiling. And then uncurl your spine. Check in with those arms. Make sure they're not hyperextended. Press that floor away. And then come back until you're nice and neutral. From here, you're going to send your left hip up towards your left shoulder and look over it. This feels good. You can bring one foot up. And then side bend up and over towards the other side. Keeping yourself neutral, you're just side bending from right to left. And left. And right. One more time each side. If you had a block on your sacrum, it would not move. Stay there. And then coming back to neutral here. Go ahead, if you have leg weights, you're going to put it behind your left knee. You can do this with a ball if you'd rather do with a ball and not have the weight, or just forgo it and do this with just a bent leg and no weight. And then come down onto your forearms. The weight should really just sit like easy in the crook of your knee. And then you're going to place your knee on the floor. Press the floor away. Find that gentle drag back of the forearms toward and elbows towards your knees. And then you're going to lengthen up just in line with the floor. And then tap that knee back down. And then lengthen up. Think about lengthening to the front of that hip. And lengthen and lower. For 6. 5. And again, if any time you need to remove the weight, go for it. Don't let your other weight run away from you. We will use it in 2 minutes. For 3. 2, keeping your hips nice and square, or as square as you can. Pause with that leg in line with the floor. You're just going to press it up and up. Little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, an inch or less. 3, 2, last one. And then from here, you're going to tap your left knee towards your right quad. And then you're going to lift your leg back up parallel. So internally rotate from the hip, from the quad, and then back up parallel. And then internally rotate and lift. And internally rotate and lift. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Pause at the top. And press it up, 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 for 4, 3, 2, last one, lower it all the way down. Take that weight out from behind your knee, and it comes to lay on your right side, on your right hip. If you want to lay all the way down on the floor, you go with hand. Or you can be on your forearm, but if you're on your forearm, press up away from the floor. You're going to grab that light weight, and you're going to bring your hand towards your hip. And then you're going to internally rotate that hand down towards your stomach. And then externally rotate, palm back behind you. And again, if you want to do this on your side, all the way leg down, you totally can. And up. This almost seems harder somehow. nice and strong. Your elbow is just close to your body. It's not like pinned in. And open. 2 more. And last one. Pause here with this arm towards the ceiling. And then press it up just so it's over your shoulder. And then resist to bring that elbow back down towards your side. And press it up. And back down. And up. And back down. 4 more. 2 more. Checking on your abdominals. Making sure they're awake. Last one. Press it up and pause. Soften that elbow, and then you're just going to let that arm come down in line with your shoulder, and then resist to lift it back up. Basically, you're doing a single arm fly here. Resist down. Working against gravity as you pull it up. Make sure those hips are still stacked. You're not opening or closing them. Your ribs are stacked. Close that in. Using your abdominals to assist the arm. We're almost done. One more time here. And up. And then lower that arm down. Pause here. You're going to extend your left leg long. And then you're just going to bend it backwards. More or less stacking it on top of your bottom leg, not touching, but just moving it in and out. Your pelvis is staying relatively still. You're extending the leg as though you were standing on it, and then you're hinging at the hip and bringing it in. And then extend. And again, you can be doing all of this on your forearms. And extend. And 4 more. 3. 2. Last one, leave that leg extended. And then you're going to sweep it forward, hinging at the hip, tailbone reach, or sitting bones reach long, and then sweep it back, just open through the front of your hip, and then hinge at the hip, and then point, and sweep it back. Flex and bring it forward, point and bring it back. Make sure that your body is not sinking towards the floor if you moved up or stayed on your forearm. Last one. Gonna bring that leg in. Grab your weight one more time. Bring that arm back in line with your hip. You're gonna pick your leg up. You're gonna extend your leg, extend your arm, and then pull everything back in. And then extend your leg, extend your arm, pull everything back in. 4 more. 3. 2. Leg forward as you bring your arm down, and then lift as you sweep your arm back. And again, keep that soft bend in your arm. We're only doing 4 of these. 2. And last one. And then pause here, drop one knee down, sit all the way up, bring this left leg around in front of your right. Pull it in towards your body and sit up nice and tall. Now you're going to start doing this left leg. So, coming into all fours again. Keep your weight close by. Hands underneath your shoulders. Starting with cat-cow again, just round your spine up towards the ceiling. Find that nice extension, opening up to the front of your body, and then come all the way back up. One more time, front of the extension. Pausing with yourself here, and then coming down onto your forearms, and placing this right knee, the weight behind your leg. Get from here. You're going to lift your leg up just in line with the floor. Your leg can be at 90 or slightly in to hold on to that weight. Press up and back down. Think about lengthening through the front of the hip And then hinge at the hip, reach the sitting bone back as you come in. Elbows gently drag back, finding that engagement through the lats. And side to your body. 2. Last one, pause it up at the top and pulse. And pulse, tiny pulses, an inch or less for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Last one, internally rotate, tap that left calf and reach it back up. And tap the calf, and up. And tap, and lift. And tap. And lift 5 more. 4. 3. 2 more. And last one. Lift it up and pulse for 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Lower that leg all the way down. Grab your weight and come onto your left hip now. And again, you can be all the way up on your forearm, or you can lay all the way down, your choice. Either way, your legs are bent. They don't need to be at a 90-90, but they're bent. Being attacked by mosquitoes here, you're gonna have your arm up at a 90-degree angle to start, and then internally rotate, palm goes towards the belly, and then externally rotate, the palm reaches back behind you, and then coming back down. And up. Down. And up. 4 more. 3. 2. And last one. Pause with that arm lifted, palm is facing forward. Press that arm up just over your shoulder and then resist to pull it down. And then press up. And resist to pull it down. And press up. And resist. And up. 3 more. 2. And last one. Press up and pause. Slight bend in that elbow, keeping the hand below your shoulder. And up. Below your shoulder meaning not towards your head. And it's just going to go in line with your shoulder and back up. And in line with your shoulder forward, and then in line with your shoulder as you sway. 5 more. Resist. Feel your abdominals. I'm doing some work here too. And last one. And then place that weight down. You're going to lift your top leg and extend it long. Again, you can switch your positioning if you'd like, and then resist to bring it back in. And then extend. Like you're going to stand, hip is open, and then hinge at the hip. Reach the sitting bones long underneath you as you bend. And lift. And lift. And last one, pause with it long. Sweep it forward, hinge at the hip. Your knee can obviously be bent here, and then sweep as you press back. And then hinge as you bring forward, and sweep, bring it back. And hinge forward. And back. And forward. And back. 2 more. We'll add the weight back in. Last one. Alright, bend that knee in. Bring that weight back to your hip. Press the weight up as you extend your leg, and then resist to bring it back in for 8. 7. Pressing the floor away. 6. Hips are square. Pelvic floor is lifted. Continuing that engagement through the floor. 2. Last one. Pause here. Sweep the leg forward. The arm goes down. Sweep the leg back as the arm lifts up. trying to keep that foot at the same height as you come forward and lift. Last one, forward and back and lift. And then lower all the way down. Put that weight off to the side. Bring your right leg over your left. You can pull it in towards your body. Or do just like a regular figure 4 stretch, whichever one feels better. One more breath here. And then you're going to come onto your right side one more time. Bring that right forearm down to the ground. You can either have both legs extended or your right leg bent over you and your left leg extended. You can start here and move to a full side plank, which is my plan. Take a nice big inhale. You can feel your ribs really expand to the side, back behind you. That pelvic floor lengthens away. Feel the lift of the pelvic floor, the engagement through and wrap of the hips, the transverse abdominals, and the ribs closing as you lift the hips up, and then lower down. And lift in here. You want to come into a full side plank and lower. And lift. And you can also grab 1 or 2 weights. Give yourself an added challenge. We're going to do 3 more. 2. Last one. Reach that arm up overhead. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. Come forward into a regular forearm plank here. Hold the elbows back. And you're looking over the edge of your cliff. Still can't feel it. That rest with the abdominals. And then drop your knees down. Press up. Turn around the other side. Press up onto all fours. And lift your feet up into a down dog. You're going to come forward into a nice plank here. Tuck that tailbone under. You can do this on your knees to a child's pose or knees to a down dog if you prefer. And then coming back to your regular plank. And then lift up. And back down towards that plank. Hinge at the hips. Lift up. 2 more. Forward. Last one here. Drop to your knees. Come down onto your forearms and then tuck your toes under. Find your forearm plank. And then come over onto your left arm forearm plank. Again, drop a knee if you need. And you're going to lower the hips. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. Arm can be up. Can be on your hip. Behind your head. Whatever works for you. For 4. 3. Hips are square. 2. Last one. Come back to that forearm plank. Hold for 3. 2. Really find that engagement through the core. Last one. Drop your knees down nice and wide. Press your mat away from you as you sit your hips back. Hips back onto your heels. And then rock your forearms, your forehead, your whole body if that feels good from one side to the other. And then from here, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Press the floor away. Lower your right or left shoulder towards the floor as you rotate your body towards the right. And then reach out long one more time. Press the floor away. Really get that nice stretch on the left side. And then walk your hands over to the left. Press the floor away as you rotate your right shoulder towards the floor, your torso towards the left. And then square yourself off and press the floor away, really side bending through that right side. And then come back to the center. And then slowly peel yourself all the way up. Bring your knees back together. And then bring your arms up overhead. Hook your thumbs. Reach up towards the ceiling. Slide the shoulders down and side bend up and over towards the right. And then coming back up to the center, you can switch the clasp with your thumb. Over to the left. And then come all the way up. Externally rotate those arms. Press down through the air as though Slide through, let your arms find your side, and you are all finished.